Who would have thought an 800cc twin cylinder two-stroke would actually fit in a KTM frame? It doesn't.
Yeah,
it's not even close.
No.
All right, we're back on the snow bike build again. We've got it all stripped down again. As you would have seen in the last episode, we pulled the motor out of the Arctic Cat M8000 snowmobile, and then we loosely sat it in here and quickly realized we have to chop basically everything. So what we're going to start off with is getting this frame elevated. We needed about 6 inches off the surface of the workbench, and then we want to make basically a mount on the back. We need to make something that would basically come through the steering stem here and go down to the bench there, so as it's all fully supported. And then from there, we can just basically start cutting out pretty much everything. Nothing fits. Nothing's even close to where it needs to be. We're going to go ahead and get that started with now. So we've made a jig. We put this thing up on the bench here. We leveled the bench and then leveled the bike to the table and set our head angle to 63.5 degrees, which seems to be what what KTM has used for a very long time, as this bike here was 63 degrees and the newer bike, that's a 23, is also 63 degrees. So now that we know we've got our bike sitting how it's supposed to be as far as the geometry goes, we've then gone and test fitted, played around with our seats. This is the seat that ideally we would want to use, as it's nice and slim and more comfortable. So this is the original seat off of the bike, and you can see how much lower and set in it is, which is not something that we really want. But we're at least able to base the actual total height of the seat off of how it sits there for when we eventually start to set this up. And it also gives us an idea of what we can get away with as far as the backbone structure and how much higher up we could potentially lift it if we need to. And then we've gone around and looked at where we can sort of set the engine, where we can set our primary clutch and secondary clutch. This is the old primary secondary plate that comes off the Arctic Cat, bolts onto the side of the engine, and then this is where the secondary goes. So we sort of at least know our distance that we want to set the two together. And from all that, we finally came to the conclusion that what we were sort of thinking earlier is we're going to cut the lower portions of these two tubes off. All right, guys, I've been staring at this thing for way too long, probably at least a week, really. We've been moving the engine around. We've been taking a bunch of measurements, positioning the engine in all different directions, moving the clutches around. And I think we finally got ourselves a position that we want. So let's not waste any more time. Let's start talking about exactly what our direction is here, how we want to mount the engine, start building out the frame and stuff, and we can get stuck into it. As I said, we've been staring at this thing for quite some time. This is what we've come up with. The engine is laying perfectly flat, more or less, right now. This is going to be basically what we've considered to be the best position to put it in. The main reasons for that is it moves the crankshaft further forward. So that gives us more room on this side with the flywheel and stator and the pull start assembly for our feet. And then also the air intakes are on a nice angle pointing upwards, and then the air box can be really big, really substantial right here. I think the fuel tank we're going to move right off out the back there somewhere at a later point. That's, you know, something we'll have to work out later. The exhaust, it should be quite easy to cut up and modify the expansion chamber, or possibly make a new one. There's a couple of different programs where you can calculate your expansion chamber based off of port timing and displacement of the engine, so on and so on. We could make custom twin pipes, or hopefully just modify the stock one, and we can bring it up and around and then straight out the back here. We've got to figure out the location of the primary clutch. As you can see, it is super wide, so it's absolutely not going to go on the side of the engine. What we've come up with is we're going to run a chain with a sprocket right there off the crank, and then we are going to reverse the rotation of the primary and put it in here behind the engine. Now we need to get it as low as we possibly can for two reasons. One reason is because this is going to be quite wide, this sprocket coming out and coming back to the primary. With that extra width, we need to widen the frame right here. So by widening the frame, we still need it to taper in nicely, because as your legs, you know, go up and meet your hips, your legs taper in from where you're standing on the foot pegs. So if you didn't bring this taper in nice and quick, it's going to be really uncomfortable to ride. You're going to have like your legs sort of like pushed out at your knees, and it's honestly, it's going to be horrible. So we need to get the primary as low as we can for that. We also need to get the primary as low as we can because we still need to run an exhaust pipe out of here somewhere. In order to do that, we're going to build basically a whole new frame, lower section here. We will move this swing arm pivot bolt down, and we're going to bring it back down to just below the height of the foot pegs. And in order to do that, we're going to have to modify the snow bike kit as well, so as we don't lift the overall height of the bike. So we'll have to lower the mount on the front of the snow bike kit. This is basically the best way we've come up with in order to mount this thing. Nice thing about two-stroke engines, it doesn't matter which way you run them. You could run this thing upside down, wouldn't be a problem. This is going to be just fine running it like this. I mean, I guess one thing to consider will be the cooling system and making sure that we can bleed the cooling system properly. So luckily on the top of the cylinder head right here, there is a bleed port. Hopefully we can bleed it pretty well, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We can always modify the cylinder head in some way, change the cooling ports or something like that. We'll figure it out. So yeah, first step will be to make the new swing arm pivot mounts, start building off of that. So once we've got a swing arm pivot mount built, we can then probably bring two new tubes from up here down to the swing arm pivot, two tubes down underneath the engine and back to the swing arm pivot as well. So that's the current game plan. All right, as you can see, we've got the engine back in. We've got it sitting pretty much in thereabouts its final position. We're pretty happy with how that's going to sit. And then we went ahead and took a bunch of measurements, and using Bentex software, we have basically designed a new frame. We'll end up shortening the frame. Basically, it's going to get cut off somewhere around here, and we'll keep this lower section there. But we've actually, using the software, we pretty much built a complete new frame there, and then taking measurements and inputting those measurements into the software, we've designed a new tube that's going to come up on each side and land here, and one that's going to come down under the engine, which will be like the new engine cradle essentially. If you want to see more of how Bentex software is used, click the link in the description. It might show up on the screen too, linking to the Pajero roll cage build that we've done. There's a full build series on that too. We go into much more detail on how the software is used and honestly just how awesome it is. So yeah, check that out if you like. The next step here is to get the bender set up. We're going to start with 1.25 inch tube, which will be our new rails coming up over, and then we'll switch to 1 inch tube, which will go down under the frame and land back up here somewhere. And yeah, we're gonna get stuck into that now. Well, there you go. We've got our upper rails and our lower rails made. And I mean, who would have thought an 800cc twin cylinder two-stroke would actually fit in a KTM frame? It doesn't.
Yeah,
it's not even close.
No.
Not even a little bit.
That's why we have to make a whole new frame.
That's why we ended up with what we got. So yeah, lower rails are done. Uppers are done. The upper rails are actually not symmetrical. And you can see it here, how this rail is actually significantly further in. The reason we did that is because we didn't want to go crazy wide. And if we wanted to make it symmetrical, these two rails would have had to be outside of what we've got here, these two tubes.
Yes, because there's going to be a chain running right here.
Yeah. Right next to your
Right
leg.
on that side, yeah.
Safe as houses.
Yeah.
There will be a guard.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But there'll be a chain running back here to our CVT pulley.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're very happy with how this is all turning out, you know.
Yeah, some of that backbone is going to come out some more.
Oh yeah.
Probably cut up closer to where the top upper frame rails are, but for now we're just leaving this in place. So our next step is to try to get this engine fitted, put a cross member between the bottom frame rails.
We've got a cross member down
Yeah,
here.
a couple gussets, some foot peg mounting position. We got to figure that out.
Yeah.
So we'll do that, and then we'll get the engine in there and start working on putting engine mounts on.
And the engine does fit. We actually have test fitted it.
Yeah.
It does fit. So
it does fit.
That's a bonus.
Yeah. So we'll
the
get
mini bike, that made the whole frame. The engine didn't exactly want to come out of it.
Yeah. So this one does fit. It actually goes in and it will come out. So we'll get it actually mounted properly, exactly where we want it, square, and then move on.
Oh yeah.
I wanna take it to the sky. I wanna take it to the I wanna take it to the sky. I wanna take it to the I wanna take it to the sky. I wanna take it to the I wanna take it to the sky. I wanna take it to the I wanna take it to the sky. I wanna take it to the I wanna take it to the sky. I wanna take it to the I wanna take it to the sky. I wanna take it to the I wanna take it to the sky. I wanna take it to the I wanna take it to the sky. I wanna take it to the I wanna take
All right, we got the frame all built out now. Pretty happy with it. The engine is mounted pretty much how we want it. We got it tilted back quite a long way, and that does not matter for a two-stroke engine, just in case anyone is wondering. They can run in any which direction, completely upside down, so it's really not an issue. It gives us lots of room for our throttle bodies, so we can make a nice big air intake right here. And hopefully we've got enough room for our exhaust. We put the seat up here, and then we took the original exhaust and just sat it on top, and it looks like it does turn out early enough, so we can just cut and rotate it and everything in order to get it to come out the back of the snow bike. So yeah, extremely happy with that.
Well, there's more room in here than we kind of originally thought too, because as we were building the engine mounts, we were a little bit worried that this engine wasn't going to come out again.
Yeah.
And trying to come up with different ways to mount the engine because we want to be able to unbolt it to take it out. And when we were all done with that, we took it out and it wasn't actually that bad. Just have to rotate the engine a bit more. So yeah, we were pretty pleasantly surprised by that because we were kind of hit and miss with that one for a second.
Yeah, and it even looks like there is room in here to put rubber mounts in. So we could actually rubber mount the engine, which is how they come out in the sleds. We did read a couple of different forums and stuff where people said they didn't notice any difference by solid mounting their engines.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, we're going to try it solid mounted, and if it vibrates too bad, there's room in here to actually rubber mount it.
So maybe some of you Arctic Cat sled guys, if you're watching this, leave us a comment on what you think about solid mounting the engine.
Is it a horrible idea?
Is it a horrible idea? Is it gonna, do we have to rubber mount it? Like Lauren said, we read that people do solid mount it as a performance thing. You know, with the performance engines, they just solid mount the engines. So leave us a comment, tell us if that's a stupid idea or if that's the way to go.
Yeah, so I think, we're just going to keep chipping away at this thing anyway, but the next few things that we really want to do is getting a subframe built so we can set our seat on there, and also, most importantly, getting our CVT pulleys in the place that we want them, and then our drive system to the CVTs from the engine. So in order to even set all that stuff up, we have to get the kit back on the bike as well. So just keep on keeping on.
Yeah, still lots to do, but luckily for us, the snow hasn't started flying yet.
It's close, eh?
Yeah, it's close, but we still got some time, so we'll keep cracking on.
For this winter or next?